What is wrong with us just as a people, as Black Americans, African Americans?
Now, I will always say that there's a problem amongst the people of color, or rather the Black community. And by this I mean every melanated person, whether foundational Black American, African American, Africans in general, Black people from Haiti, and all the Black people from the Caribbean. Provided your skin is melanated, we need to come together and figure out what our problem is, solve it before it's too late. Now please, tell me that I'm not wrong when I say that Black people are so petty. Now, over the years, there's been constant conflict between foundational Black Americans and African Americans. The reason behind the conflict, well, just some petty issues. And now there's something new cooking in the kitchen. Now, before we get deeper into the analysis, let's get to watch the video first. And please, I'd want you to watch the entire video because I really want to know what your thoughts on these are. Tell me what you think about the whole situation in the comment section because I'll be really glad to read your comments.
Black Americans, come here. Come here. This is a message for y'all, especially my Black American women. Come here. Listen. I think it's time for us to show how strong and how powerful the Black American dollar is since they don't believe us. I think it's time to boycott the braiding shops. That's what I think it's time to do. It's time to boycott the braiding shops. Stop going. We know how to braid. Let's braid our own hair. Support our own small businesses. Stop going to the braid shops. Teach them how to have some fucking respect because they have none. Black American power. Black American dollar. They need us. We don't need them. Remember that.
Do you guys understand that you have free will? Nobody is forcing you to braid your hair with African hair braiding shops. Do you guys understand that you can book with Black Americans through their Instagram, their link in their bio? Go ahead and pay your $500, $600, $700, $800, $1,000 for braids. Nobody is begging you to go and braid your hair for $200. These microaggressions against Africans, in fact, not even micro, it's not even micro anymore. These are macroaggressions against Africans is getting concerning, is getting out of hand because not everything is a fight, not everything is an argument, not everything is outrage. You guys let Asians, Caucasians, Hispanics get away with everything. Right? But when it comes to Africans, that is where you guys show power, which is fine. Let me tell you something. Black Americans are not the only group to spend money in African hair braiding shops. Africans exist in America. We are here. We spend money with our people also. So just like we spend money with you guys, we spend money everywhere as long as it is convenient, right? So let's stop acting like you guys were doing Africans a favor by getting your hair braided with Africans. You got it. You get your hair braided with Africans because it's cheap. It's very simple. So if you don't want to do that anymore, then don't do it. Go braid your hair with your people. It does not have to be an argument. Nobody's begging you. It's simple. Like, every time outrage, backlash. You guys don't get tired? Like,
I don't know if it's just me, but I honestly feel like I have anxiety and like legitimate trauma associated with these establishments. Like, it's that bad. You're there all day. They tell you one price when you get there and then tell you something different when they have you sitting down. They're disrespectful. They're rude as fuck. It's to the point where it's like dehumanizing at this point, honestly. Like, it's just not healthy. Like, I just don't think it's good for Black women's mental health to continue to patronize places that dehumanize Black women. And this is something that I've noticed. It's like the ruder you are with some of the people that work at the salon, the nicer they are to you. Like, it's weird as fuck. It's like they strive in this like weird combative space and it's just not healthy. It's not cute.
Making this video because I wanted to support Shaya's Shelf, who is promoting a protest for August 1st. Complete blackout on African braiding shops, restaurants, and stores, right? I'm absolutely here for this. I'm showing my support because I do this in my everyday life. I do not shop with the Africans. Ain't no African ever braided my hair, put their hands in my head, or none of that, right? I don't do the restaurants. I stopped like years ago. I do not shop with their stores. If I walk into a store and I accidentally realize, oh, not for me, right? So she's encouraging that we do an August 1st protests all through the month of August. I think it should continue throughout for the rest of the year, right? Let them really feel the heat, okay? Because they are confused about who they are, who we are, and what this is all about, right? They're so busy licking boots, they don't seem to want to give us our respect. They need a wake-up call, right? Because clearly they don't understand that the large majority of why you are even in the space that you're in is because of us, and that our dollars are the ones that pay your bills. Because we black them out, I want to see how many white people finna support y'all.
What is wrong with us just as a people, as Black Americans, African Americans? What the fuck is wrong with us that it makes sense to boycott African businesses because you may have had a bad experience with a African business? You've also had a bad experience with an Asian business. You've had a bad experience with a white business. You've had a bad experience with an Hispanic business, and so on and so forth. Where's the energy for those businesses that continuously come into our communities and disrespect us? But you want to start a war, a beef, continue a beef with Africans? Like, make it make sense. We are all one. Sure, we can distinguish ourselves as African American or African, but they look at us all the same.
Now, I'm not in total support of Africans, but for my foundational Black Americans, don't you think that all this is petty? Boycotting the whole African diaspora just because of some hairdressing issues. Don't you all think that that's petty? And someone said that this is a plot by the enemy to divide us. Not that I agree that there is an enemy in the first place, but if at all there was an enemy, the enemy does not need to do anything for us to be divided. All the enemy needs to do is let us try and coexist. And trust me, with this kind of pettiness, Black people cannot coexist together. We are constantly competing amongst ourselves instead of just living as one. Both foundational Black Americans and African Americans, no one's doing any better. Now at this point, I'm not even asking for unity amongst the Black diasporans. All I'm asking is for you people to stop being petty. Because do you know why most African Americans prefer to use the name African Americans and not Black Americans? It's simply because whenever they use the word Black Americans take offense at that. It kind of seems like they are taking something very precious from you. So African Americans just detest using that name and don't want anything to do with it, just to keep themselves safe from being attacked by the real Black Americans. But again, aside from that, I do understand the struggles of the foundational Black Americans. They have been constantly receiving disrespect from all the other communities, not just whites, but also Asians and also Latinos. And I do understand, because assuming that all Black people in America are people of the same family, whether African American or Black American or Caribbean, if at all we just assume that we are all from the same family, then it means that taking a blow from an outsider doesn't hurt as much as taking a blow from a family member. Assuming that a stranger hits me, then it won't pain me as much as how it will when my own brother hits me in the face. So I totally understand that you can take the disrespect from Asians and it won't be as painful as taking the disrespect from your African brothers. I do understand. But do you think it's okay classifying all African Americans and putting them into one box and calling all of them disrespectful? Now I'd say, if at all a business disrespects you, then it means that it does not want your money. If at all business A disrespects you, then quit going to business A, not saying that all the businesses owned by such a group of people are bad. Now that's creating stereotype, and that's what the Black community has been fighting for a very long time. There are good people everywhere and there are bad people everywhere. Now, putting the whole community or an entire group of people into one box is totally unfair. Putting a whole entire community into one box just because of a few bad characters is totally unfair. Whether you're Black American or whether you're African American, it's totally unfair. It's okay to target a specific business that is not conducting itself in the right way, but targeting a whole people and targeting the entire community, Nah, it shouldn't get there. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. Tell me what you think about this whole situation in the comment section. Let's have a conversation going. Let's have the talk going on in the comment section, and I believe that we will reach a conclusion on this whole matter. Otherwise, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. I hope to be seeing you in the next video.